Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to a brand new game on the channel. Today we are here with F1 2006 Championship Edition. Yes, one of, if not the greatest Formula 1 game of all time. Of course, some of you might know about this game, some of you might have seen some series on this game before, some of you might never have seen it, but for a game now that is approaching 20 years old, yes, that makes me feel incredibly old. This has well and truly stood the test of time. We're jumping in with a classic F1 game career mode, I've decided, and there's a lot of features to this game that might surprise some of you if you've never seen anything of it before. So, of course, if you're new around here, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed to the channel, of course. Not quite going to be doing this series daily like we did with the F123 My Team, but would love it if you could help us get one step closer to 100,000 subscribers. And I guess what we need to do before we jump in is just watch that intro.
We make the sound of the satellite. Breaking through gravity. Jagger 67. I'm affected. You're selected. I want you. We get twisted here. And you look pretty stale. Today.
Well, if that doesn't get you hyped, I don't know what will there. This was actually the last official Formula 1 game that wasn't made by Codemasters, of course. F109 came out on the Wii, and then obviously we got the fantastic lineup right the way through from F1 2010. So yeah, 2007 and 2008 didn't actually have a Formula 1 game whatsoever, but maybe once we've done this series, we'll jump in and do more of the F1 games as well there. But of course, we got to kick this off with a career mode. I've been doing a little bit of research. I've been having to scroll forums from 15 years ago, actually to find out some information. And I'm going to have to start this series on medium difficulty because apparently it is impossible to actually get a drive with a team if you start on hard difficulty. So that immediately is going to be your first spoiler there. You've actually got to earn a drive inside F1 Championship Edition. 30% race distances, a scale tyre where obviously no rolling starts. We've got a grid overview, a parade lap. That took EA and Coders about 10 years to implement into the obviously into the more recent F1 games, and we've got the podium celebration as well, which I'm pretty certain wasn't a thing until like F1 2015 or F1 2016 either. So yeah, it really was quite a journey, and you know, this game was very ahead of its time. So here we are then, in the main sort of hub here for the career mode. And you can see we've got a very, very updated and fancy smartphone to go with it. iPhone 15s ain't got anything on this bad boy. But yeah, like I said, the first thing you have to do inside F1 Championship Edition is actually earn yourself a drive with a team. So we've got an email center. Nathan Thomas looks to be our agent this series. My name is Nathan Thomas, and I'll be your agent throughout your career in Formula 1. My role is to look after your professional interest and keep you informed of available jobs in the world of F1. My first job will be set up a trial for you to show hiring teams what you can do. So let's make sure that we keep an eye on our inbox then. If we head down, you can see we've got a news tab. That's only a thing in Breaking Point now in the current F1 games. You can see we've got the obviously championship standings and things like that. And you can see they're looking obviously towards Bahrain, the first race of the season. Pause that if you want to have a bit of a read through what is available there. But if we head over to recruitment then, we've got 3 offers for a potential trial there. Toro Rosso, Super Aguri, and MF1, otherwise known as Midland F1. Now, I really want to try and do this thing as a proper style Road to Glory, so I'm going to try and sign with Midland. If I can't get with them, then we're going to try and go to Super Aguri, and as a last dash kind of attempt, we're going to try and go for Scuderia Toro Rosso there. So, yeah, let's set up with MF1. And it looks like we're going to be heading to Magny-Cours for this time trial. Well, here we are then in Magny-Cours, and we've got a cumulative laps test session. So we've got to beat the cumulative 3-lap target time over a number of laps. So I don't know. We've got to beat a 4:02 there by the looks of it. Gotta try and remember. Yeah, so it's triangle to actually upshift on this game, and therefore I'm assuming square to downshift. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I've put a little bit of practice in just to make sure, you know, I'm kind of up to speed, as that was a big slide through the final corner, ready to start my first time trial event then. So, lap times, we need to be aiming for 1 minute 21s. That should be, I hope, possible in the dry. Of course, this game actually very, very challenging. Obviously, you got no rewinds, anything like that, like in the modern F1 games. The curbs were very, very scary as well. But more than anything else, V10 engines. V10 engines. Sorry, V8 engines even. This was the first year of the V8s, of course. Toro Rosso actually had a V10 for this season. But yeah, this obviously was the first year of the V8 engines, which, you know, I don't mind the hybrids nowadays, but, you know, they've got nothing on these. But hopefully, as we round our way through the final couple of corners of Sector 2, yeah, like I said, I played this game a little bit, just obviously to make sure I was up to pace, and instantly I've learned just how lethal the curbs are as well, and got to be so careful that we don't invalidate any of these laps either, because if we invalidate a lap by running off, the dream's dead. Luckily, it will only invalidate if it believes you've gained an advantage from it. So, like when we ram wide down at turn 2, it doesn't believe, obviously, we gained anything there, as tidy through the final chicane. 120.1 as a first lap, though. That's pretty good going. Hopefully, we'll be able to improve on that over the next 2. But, yeah, as well for some of you, welcome to Magny-Cours. This place, kind of probably overhyped nowadays, I would argue. You know, was an okay Formula 1 track back in the day, was very, very high speed, but didn't often deliver a lot of great races, which I get for some people is probably sacrilege saying that. I mean, engines that used to rev up to almost 19,000 RPM. It is absolutely a throwback. 2006 actually was the last season I didn't sort of watch of Formula 1, or not I can remember ever watching. There's a 1:18.5 there. We are getting quicker and quicker. So some of this is actually going to be a little bit new to me, of course. Obviously, you know, I've done plenty of watching back now of Formula 1 back now. Not very good run out onto the back straight. That might cost us. But yeah, hopefully, obviously, we're going to learn some stuff as well, obviously, throughout this game. And hopefully, of course, first of all, earn this drive with Midland. We lost plenty of time in Sector 1, of course, because of that mistake. But this thing bounced off the red line. Sounds so good. Don't invalidate. That was scarily close to outside the white lines. We just got one more sector to go now. Of course, there's no guarantee, even if I complete this challenge, that we actually get a gig with Midland. You know, there is the potential that you've actually got to beat it by a fair few seconds as well. But as we round our way through the final corner, nice and tidy over the chicane, 3:57.6, and that's going to be just over 5 seconds clear of the target time there. So hopefully 1.6 seconds a lap average. Please say we've done enough. Here we go. Back at base, check the recruitment board. Are we going to get offered a gig by Midland? We've got an offer through. First driver. So the goal is to finish ahead of Christian Albers there. It's expecting us to finish 16th in the races and qualify in P18 then, but that's worked out beautifully to kickstart this career mode there. We've got a contract throughout the entirety of the first season, and for those of you that have played F1 Championship Edition before, you'll know just how difficult that can actually be. But have we got any more news articles then? Here we go. MF1 Racing's first driver role taken by Beard. It's been rumoured for the past few days, but we can now reveal that Beard has indeed signed to drive for MF1. The team's technical director was quoted as saying, "I confirm that Matt Beard has joined MF1 Racing, and I'm thrilled to have him on the team." Beard was said to be ecstatic with the move. Yes, I absolutely am. But let's head then towards Bahrain, the opening race of the championship. You even get some little data as well. They're 18 laps ahead of us. Last year's winner was Fernando Alonso. And have we had any other emails coming through then? So, yep, Nathan, of course, just confirming that Midland obviously were happy with how we got on. And they've taken aback by our skill. That's exactly what you want to hear there as well. But Yeah, we're glad to have signed you with MF1 Racing. We wish you every success within our organisation. Please check your inbox regularly for any updates we may send you. Anyway, I think we're ready. We probably want to head out to Sakir. Can Renault F1 do it again in Bahrain there, of course, after their victory last season? We are about to find out. Did you know Michael Schumacher holds the lap record for the Magny-Cours circuit in France, which held its first Grand Prix back in 1991? All these kind of useful tips. It's mainly trivia, not often tips in this game, to be honest. Here we go then. As we head to the Grand Prix weekend, before you start the Grand Prix, Race Car Evolution will take you through 2 practice sessions to help automatically tune your car to suit both the circuit and your own driving style. Or we can just choose a session. This option lets you pick which session you want to go with yourself. You should then go into car setup screen to manually tune the car and use the practice sessions to try out your settings. I think we'll go with Race Car Evolution. Just try it out for this first event. Well, look at how beautiful this MF1 car's looking as we head out of the pit lane here in Bahrain. You can see we've got plenty of information and a penalty apparently. Okay, did I cross over the white line on pit exit? Have we just beaten Sebastian Vettel's record for a quickest ever penalty in a Formula 1 career? You don't quite know, but yeah, we're going to be jumping in then, of course, with free practice. First program looks to be fuel and tyres, and then the second one is going to be about properly dialing in the car. It looks like tyre temperature then very, very important on this game. Okay, so we can even actually control like the traction control settings and the ABS settings inside the car. So of course might be able to fine tune those if we wanted to. So we can run 1 on the ABS all the way up to 3. And I would assume the same with the traction control. So we're going to leave them on 2. Don't really want to make too many adjustments there too soon. Right, here we go then. First ever Formula 1 lap here in Bahrain. 58 minutes left on the clock. Must admit that the track is very, very different to how I remember it in the more recent Formula 1 games. My guess is there wasn't any laser scan technology put into this venue. I don't remember there being a huge dip out of turn 3 here in Bahrain. It is kind of quite comical as well. I love as well the corner up here, turn 4, braking at the curb. It's a hairpin. It's basically a hairpin inside this game. And who can forget the famous downhill out of the hairpin in Sakir as well. I mean, I've got to give this game credit. You know, it is almost 20 years old, but surely when they were designing this track, like, they could have watched the real-life race? You know, Bahrain have been, what, in Formula 1 for 2 years at this point. Surely they could have used something. Oh, almost my first spin of the game as well. Perhaps that was karma for slagging off this track. Don't forget as well that this Midland F1 car was actually sponsored by Lost Boys, which someone please tell me down in the comments below, but I feel like that was notable for some reason. There we go. Test has been complete though, and we've changed the new tyres for Wall 1 so we can see how the car performs when the car is running heavy. So next challenge then, about to commence. Can I not get a penalty this time? That's probably got to be the big goal. As we head out of pit lane, yes, we get away with it. So I've got to be careful of that, apparently. Ah! Scary. Scary, scary, scary. I know you got the traction control, but the auto spin curbs are lethal here, as probably not helped, of course, by the fact these tyres have no grip. Ah! No! I've binned it! Oh no! Dearie me. Right, we gotta go again then, apparently. I've got to do the first program as well. Oh, absolute disaster. So we cannot bin it then. Otherwise we're gonna be in an even bigger world of hurt. Don't run over that pit lane exit line either. That was scary, but we got away with it. We're still locked into battle with a McLaren, and I still don't know which McLaren it is. Got to be careful with the engine temperatures as well here. You know, do not want to cook the engine in Bahrain. Must have been a massive test for the teams, of course, bringing their new V8 here for the opening race of the 2006 campaign, but up towards the line. Are we going to improve on that 39.6 that we did first time? 39.1 there, so quite happy with that. These cars sound so good. But anyway, let's go out then and try not to bin it this time round on our second practice program. No! Ugh! Don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. Thank you. We'll get away with that. Lap's been invalidated, so I don't think this one's going to count, but just happens in a heartbeat. The way the spins work sometimes. You look near a curve or something like that, and the car's immediately, the back's overtaken the front. Come on then, don't make any mistakes. One more corner to go here in free practice 1. Hopefully we're going to be able to get a good representative on the board. Probably won't feature too much of free practice throughout this series, but fun to give it a try in our first ever event. As up towards the line, there goes the 39.2 I set, 41.2. 2 seconds away, actually, is less than I was expecting.
Welcome to Sakhir, Bahrain for this afternoon's qualifying session. 1 hour of entertainment and excitement starts right here. Session 1 is starting imminently, so without delay, let's find out who makes it through to Session 2 and who will make up the back part of the grid.
Well, there we go. We get a little bit of, is that, yeah, James Allen, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, commentary all the way back in 2006 on an F1 game. But of course, we've got to really wait and see if we've got the pace to make it out of Q1 here. Lap record of 1:35.9. You can hear the crowd cheering as well behind us as the cars head out onto the circuit. But we've got 15 minutes to try and get a good lap together here in Q1. We're making sure the tyres are all nicely up to temperature, trying to keep the engine cool as well. Can't really weave the way I would on a controller, to be honest, but yeah, anyway, let's throw this thing through the final corner then and get a first lap on to the board. Just want to make sure we keep it clean and tidy and kind of see where we're at relative to the AI. Oh, slow cars heading out of the pit lane. We've got a Honda there. I think that's Jenson Button, if I'm not mistaken. Jenson! Deary me. That's been a disaster.
Drivers on a flying lap right now are Yuji Ide, Scott Speed, Jacques Villeneuve.
Are you having a laugh? Jenson Button has just absolutely... We can go again. Sorry? How on earth have the team got that repaired in 5 minutes? I thought that was qualifying over. But apparently not. We've got an opportunity. Antonio Luizzi looks to be the pace benchmark that we need at the moment on a 41.3. Kimi Raikkonen down on a 37.9. But how on earth have they got the car rebuilt that soon? There we go, Luizzi improving. Let's put Mark Webber now onto the cusp on a 40.7. So times are definitely improving then as we get towards the end of Q1. This is probably going to be my best chance of getting a good benchmark. I think that was Nick Heidfeld, but how close can we get to a 40.7? Oh, we got slow cars in the way. Come on. Don't block me again. Don't let Jenson Button be out on the track. Oh, good. He's far away. Oh, he's gone fastest. Because we got one of the Saubers, I believe. No, it's a Red Bull, isn't it? Of course, just in front of me. Forgot Red Bull were here, of course, at this point. But that's how you get out of the way. Jenson Button needs to learn a thing or two from whichever Red Bull that was. Looking like it's going to be a pretty decent lap time here, as up towards the start-finish line we'll go. 33, 34, 35, 36, 1. We've kind of obliterated everybody there.
We'll continue in a few moments with the second knockout session, where we'll decide grid positions 16 to 11.
See why they weren't impressed with Scott's speed there. A 1:44.3, 1.3 seconds slower than Yuji Ide there, which is rather impressive. But we did make it through. We did go fastest. We might need to change the difficulty. Well, I believe as we head into Q2, we've actually got to go out on a set of the hard compound tyres. I believe, there we go. There's a Panasonic. Oh, no, there's a Renault as well. I'm so sorry. This is the problem when you can't see what's coming up behind you. You kind of got to look at the mini-map. I believe that Renault's actually finished the lap then. But yeah, Raikkonen now has set the pace on a 38.4. But yeah, everyone is meant to be slower because we're all on harder tyres. There we go. Toyota moves out of the way for me as well as we get ready to start my first lap of anger here in Q2. Just trying to make sure, of course, the last thing we want to do is spin it on this lap. Because, you know, we might actually have the pace to get to Q3. I have read as well online that apparently Bahrain is one of the easiest tracks relative to the AIs. Alonso now on a 37.2, so times are improving. Running our way through the final couple of corners. That was a really nice line through there, but what is the time gonna be? I've actually shortened up 7th gear slightly. Alonso down to a 37.2. How far away from that are we going to end up, or are we once again going to be able to go quickest of everyone? It's going to be close, 36.8 that time round, so still fastest of anybody. That is really, really good.
We'll continue with session 3 of qualifying in a few moments.
There we go then, having a look at our Q2 times. Nico Rosberg, Rubens Barrichello, Clean, Coulthard, Luizzi and Mark Webber all out of that session. Seems to be that there's still quite a lot of field spread, but yeah, I'm going to have to try and tweak the difficulty ready for the round 2, but can I get pole? So the interesting thing back then in 2006 was your Q3 lap actually had to be done on your race start fuel, so we've really got to make this count, but we're on a lot more fuel than we were throughout the rest of the session. So Alonso are now on a 39.7 fastest, but if we make a mistake, we are in deep trouble. Oh, I'd rather do it now than on a proper lap. No! That McLaren was scarily close across my front end, but clearly they had a lot more confidence than I had in them. I'm not a betting man, but I guess that was Juan Pablo Montoya. Here we go then. It all comes down to this. Qualifying 3 in Bahrain. We've done a pretty miracle to get here. Fisichella definitely going light on fuel then on a 38.7. We've just opted to go quite heavy on the fuel just so we can get deep into the Grand Prix. But I just can't afford to bottle this. No! No! Oh, don't... Oh, no. We've got to go back box, get a new wing on the car, but will we have enough time to get back out there? The bits we need to go then. Don't know if I need to slow down in time. No, there we go. It does it automatically. But yeah, we've got to get a new front wing on the car and try and get back out there ASAP. Of course, every lap as well you do in Q3 means you start the race with less fuel as well. So we've got to be very, very careful here that we try and get this done this time around. I really don't want to be out doing sort of 6-7 laps here in qualifying. Well, this is really then my last opportunity here. 3 minutes left of the session. Pretty certain as James Allen needs to calm down, honestly. We're pretty certain once the clock hits 0 inside this game, that's it. Session is done and dusted, so we can't even do a fast lap, do a cooldown lap, and do another fast one there as Michael Schumacher goes to the top of the pile. How close can we get to a 38.2?
Jenson Button completes his flying lap. He's done well to make it through to session 3, but he'll know that his best lap this session wasn't a fair representation of what the car will do.
Getting all the updates from other drivers, but none of it actually very useful at the moment. To round our way in towards the final corner, a 10.7 is not a bad Sector 2 split time, but as we round our way, one more corner to go of our Q3 run. Catastrophic understeer on the entry, didn't scrub off enough speed into the corner, but as we head up towards the line then, what is the time going to be? Is it going to be a fair representative? 37, 38, 38.4? That's put us right towards the front of the field, but I don't quite know where exactly.
There we have it. From 10th to pole, the grid order looks like this. We've enjoyed it. Hope you have too. We'll see you tomorrow for race day. Goodbye.
There we go. Qualifying done and dusted here in Bahrain, and it is P4 on the grid there. Michael Schumacher takes pole position for Ferrari, the first race of the all-new V8 era there. Jenson Button ahead of Fernando Alonso, myself, and then Juan Pablo Montoya. So 5 cars from 5 different teams making up our top 5 there. Felipe Massa will be gutted with 6th, just 4 tenths away from pole, with Fisichella, Jarno Trulli, Kimi Räikkönen, and Ralf Schumacher rounding out our top 10.
Here we are in the blistering heat of the Persian Gulf, and this is the Bahrain Grand Prix. Formula One's popularity knows no bounds. They may not have had any home teams or drivers here, but our Arabian hosts are still big fans. Whether it's horses, camels or F1 cars, Bahrain certainly loves its racing. The Formula One Roadshow has truly arrived in the Middle East, and we're all set for a real sizzler. This is race day in the desert. Jenson Button is alongside him on the front row. They're followed by Fernando Alonso in 3rd. with you completing row 2. Montoya takes 5th. Felipe Massa takes 6th. Giancarlo Fisichella is 7th. Jarno Trulli occupies 8th on the grid.
Well, very, very cool little graphics as well. I didn't know this game did all of this, to be completely honest. But yeah, Christian Alba's our teammate down in P18. So yeah, hopefully he can try and recover some places in the GP. But I believe we've got a formation lap first.
The drivers are ready. And the field move away to begin the parade lap.
Yeah, there we go. That's good. I was getting a little bit panicky then just for 1 second that we were just going to get thrown into it.
Here we go. Just remember, you don't have 100% grip yet and the tyres aren't fully warmed up. The tyre blankets can only do so much.
Guessing as well then there's a bit of steering assist that means you can't quite run off the road.
Left and right on the straights to get some extra heat in those tyres.
That's quite interesting.
Hit the throttle to start the race. Make sure you try and get as much temperature into the tyres before you line up on the grid, as your tyres will cool as you're waiting for the rest of the grid to assemble.
So try and do some wheel spins as well. But it actually looks like then the handling model changes on this outlap.
We're looking for a top 3 finish. Hopefully a win, but you're going to have to fight for it.
Top 3 in a Midland? Just calm down, lads. We just smashed qualifying yesterday. Got no idea what the race pace is going to be like. But yeah, very, very interesting then. So we try and get some heat into the rear tyres. Want obviously them up towards 60, 70 degrees if possible, but at the moment it looks like we're going to be nowhere near that. I mean, almost at 50 degrees there is not the end of the world, but yeah, not too sure. I don't know if we have to manually line the car up as well. Team just wishing me a little bit of good luck as well, but no, looks like the game does control it then. Ready to line up on the grid. And oh, look at how cold those front tyres are. We're going to have nothing in towards turn 1 there. 13 degrees. Yet we're in the desert, so I don't quite know how that one works. We'll make sure we've got the traction control back up to where it should be as well. But those rear tyres as well really cooling down. But I think we're ready then here for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Seconds to go before we're racing. You can really feel the tension. Go, go, go!
I had no idea if you can jump the start or not, but it is lights out and away we go here in Bahrain. Got the Ferrari Felipe Massa trying to look behind me.
Here come the drivers into turn 1. Michael Schumacher leads.
Just keep it tidy.
He's followed by Button. Next is Alonso.
Oh no! I've spat in front of the field! No! And all that hard work in qualifying is going to get undone instantly on lap 1. We just nicked the curb. We got 18 laps, luckily, to try and recover it. But what a disaster here in Sakir. That's the problem with the cold tyres. You just had no grip over the first turn. And we have paid the ultimate price. Luckily, though, it hasn't taken us long before we're back to the rear of the field. It's not going to be one of those races, hopefully, where we spend all afternoon just limping around as there's oil on the track. Don't quite know where. There it is. Oh, someone's gone. Christian Klein already out in Red Bull at the start of the new season. I've already lost a driver. This is the other good thing. You get some proper engine explosions on this game. And a lot of reliability problems for other cars that actually leaves oil streaks on the track. And I promise you, if you hit one of those, you are in for a world of hurt. But yeah, trying to get used to the heavy fuel, of course, in the race and the dirty air. We've got the Super Aguras going for it on each other, and we'll get 2 for the price of 1. Sato and Ide both being navigated there, as I think Schumacher is going to lead at the end of lap 1. We've got Albers and Scott Speed side by side through the final corner, but got to be so careful of that. Remember, obviously, like I said, no flashbacks and a very, very sensitive damage model as well. Almost into the back of my teammate there at the final corner, and that would have been a disaster.
Alonso is second. Button is third. Massa fourth. He's moved up from 6th. Fisichella 5th. Montoya 6th. He's lost a place from his starting position. Trulli 7th. Next is Ralf Schumacher.
Making up a couple of places as well. Remember, of course, it's only the top 8 that score. Oh, as we try and send one down the inside of my teammate, Christian Albers. Team seemingly not too upset. Well, I hope so. It's only lap 2 as down the inside of Scott Speed will go as well. Yeah, I mean, team loving it. So we've got that warning of the oil streak again. Are we going to see any other drivers slip up over that. Oh no, there's another one. We got another engine failure. Who's that now? Kimi Räikkönen in the McLaren out of the Grand Prix. And it was a common sight last season, of course, for McLaren back in 2005 to see the engines going up. And it looks like it's happened again. More, don't say we got another one. As we come towards the end of lap 2, we're losing more than the car a lap. We have. Someone's gone off down at the final corner. I've gone through the oil, but I think we've got away with it. Who's that now going slowly? It's a Toyota, Ralf Schumacher, after a decent start here. And we've lost 3 cars inside 2 laps there. A McLaren, a Toyota, and a Red Bull. Well, Rubens in his first race for Honda doing alright, but Jacques Villeneuve running very, very slow in front of myself. Oh, there is contact. We've damaged the wing slightly. We might just get away with that one, but that's how sensitive the damage model is. So we're going to damage it even more there. Jacques Villeneuve needs to get on with it. Come on, man. It's not quite 1997 anymore, but you can't be that slow, surely. It's around the outside. Team, no comment on the wing, so I guess it's okay. Oh, no! Come on, go, 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 go. This is the problem. We've got good pace, I know we do, but the consistency is definitely still a struggle. Oh, come on, man. How is Scott Speed so slow off the final corner? Villeneuve's in.
Schumacher leads. Alonso is second. Button is third. Massa fourth.
I don't think I need an update every single lap, but we're going to get one anyway. Down the inside of Scott Speed at turn 1. Overfiring it slightly. A little bit of contacts down on the exit as he tried to cut me off. No!
So there we have it, the new Formula One season gets underway here at the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit in Sakhir. It's the first time since 1995 that the opening race of the season has not been held in Australia. It's been exciting, and it's only the start of what I'm sure promises to be a fascinating season. See you in 7 days' time for round 2 in Sepang. Formula One is back.
I cannot believe that. That is just how brutal this game is, ladies and gentlemen. One mistake and we're in the wall and we are out, and there is no second chances in F106. That is game over there. A heartbreaking way to end the opening round of the season in Sakhir, and well, I think that's going to hopefully not set the tone for the championship, but goes to show the absolute brutality of this game there. This is going to be a big old challenge throughout the season there. Michael Schumacher, a fantastic win for Scuderia Ferrari there, leads the championship as we saw. Have we got any other emails? Yes, we have. We know what you can do from MF1. You've proved in your performances that you're more than worthy of a drive with us. You had one or slew 2 slip-ups, but we are still happy to have you as part of our team. There we go. So MF1 not too gutted with that one in the end. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Apologies that the race ended a lot sooner than I was ever expecting, but we will be back very, very soon as we head to Sepang and the return of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that track, so looking forward to heading there. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise, and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.